So we've got a corruption, like a little bit of corruption going on in this town. You can see that life isn't exactly going great here, right? There's not a bunch of green grass, not a bunch of wildlife. Oh, by the way, let me just explain a few controls while I'm situating myself here. The left mouse button, if you hold it, you can pan the camera around, won't move your character. If you hold the right mouse button, you pan that around, you'll swivel, right? So I know some people like to move around that way, so to each their own. If you're having mouse sensitivity problems, there's a button on your mouse, right below the chat wheel, or the mouse wheel, rather. That'll solve that issue. So let's go up near Sergeant Landry and check it out. You can see above him is a active volcano, never really conducive for life on Earth. So we're going to ask him what the problem is, see what's going on. Right-click on him, you can get some idea of what we're up against. Okay, it seems to me that Marrowsmeat has been sending out caravans to a different node, all right? And it seems like they've been disappearing, and he's not sure why. No, his hunch is that it has to do with the corruption in this area. Now, we could solve the corruption problem with mushrooms, so at least for ourselves, not for the land. So we're going to go down to this cave and gather some mushrooms. So how about everyone follows me down here, see what happens? At least for ourselves, not for the land. So we're going to go down to this cave and gather some mushrooms. All right, let's go down there, see everyone going down. So your 9 button over there, if you go up to these mushrooms, press 9, you'll see a little green circle pop up. If it's red, that means you're not close enough or targeting mushrooms. So then you can left click, press 9 again when it's pink or purple, and you'll actually get more or better mushrooms. So in our gathering system, we really want to reward players for kind of having a skill check there to be able to get better quality goods, right, or more goods. So like when you're mining iron or chopping down trees and making it into lumber, you know, we really want to create that experience, a more skillful aspect of it. All right, I think we got enough mushrooms. So how about we move up here, exit this cave. Okay, we just got a system message that Marrowsmeat has reached stage 3. Let's see what that means. Let's make sure the party's coming together here. You can follow me up this. The cleric, there you go, buddy. Remember, you could always move with the right mouse button. Oh, so Tank, your shield bash is actually an arc in front of you to knock down enemies. So if you pan to your left, you can see the town of Marrowsmeat has advanced to a village, right? So that's a little bit too quick. It's not going to be that way in the game, but right now we're trying to show you what node advancement is like. The more players contribute to the zone around a node, the more it'll advance, the better it'll be. So this is the caravan we're supposed to defend. How about we move alongside it and move in front of it, all right? We don't care too much about the wood of the caravan. There's nothing inside of it. And so, you know, resources aren't great in there. But I care about animals, so I want to defend those horses. Let's go ahead here. So I want to explain one thing as well. You can see below your mana bar, you see a little circle. So when you do your skill combo, which is number 1 on your bar, that will fill that up and make it yellow. What that does is gives you focus, okay? Number 7 on all of your bars, except for you, Tank, yours is 6, Righteous Fury. That's your ultimate. It requires a yellow bar down there, a yellow orb down there, to actually be completed, okay? Your combo is just like what we did in the harvesting area. So when you hit that combo, you'll get more. Right now, it takes about 2 to fill that up. So we can look to the left, see some Slade-born modern art. It looks like some noxious gas. I see a Slade-born shaman up there. We're gonna okay, someone had a problem with the caravan. Welcome to the pre-alpha experience. We're gonna push forward, move up to this Slade-born shaman, and we're gonna push right through him and try and keep him away from the caravan so we can defend him. I'm happy he's aggroed on me. How about everyone come to our hero leads and focus on these guys? If any of the mages are in trouble, just come in and try and hit. So I recommend the mage that is going on their own out there to come near me if they want any type of heals. Okay, she's just gonna run away. That's how this works, I suppose. So let's heal her. Let's run towards her. Maybe with the tank and get some aggro off of her. Showing high levels of corruption, right? Not just in the environment, but on these Slade-born. The Slade-born were a majestic bird race in our game, and they have fallen to the corruption around them. And repress mages down. That's very unfortunate. So away from the party. Try and res them up. There we go. This is why we like to keep every member in the party tight and secure and really close to each other. That way we can heal everyone. Keep the aggro on everybody. Come back to the party, I can kill you, sir. I'm going to go tank that. as I was saying, the Sladeborn, actually, there's a fork in the road here, so Ranger, how about you use your track ability? It's number 8. Alright, we're going to look at these footprints, we're going to run up this hill, see what's going on. So, in our quests and in our game, we don't really want to have, a hand-holding situation, right? We want you to walk around, we want you to see what's happening, and we really want you to figure it out through the tools that we're giving you and through your own will, right? And through the Ranger's ability, we're able to find out where the Sladeborn were running. So as I was saying earlier, the Sladeborn are a corrupted race at this point that are mostly feral and mindless. But at one point, they could have been an NPC race that would have given you a quest or an objective, right? Would have talked to you, would have been a part of a quest in an alliance type form, but like in a friendly form. There's actually a mob back here, aggroed on me and the cleric, so we're going to take it out. And at this point now, they're completely mindless, and that's due to the corruption in the area. It's up to you guys as the players to push back that level of corruption and really fight against the world. Move up. Press is doing her own thing. Very nice. All right, Ranger, but you could give me another track. We can see what's going on. All right. Easy, guys. You guys are really good. Let's keep going. Oh, I see another track went off. Very nice. At the end of this, you can probably track again if you'd like. See where you have to go this way. You can see some noxious gas. I'm probably going to tend to want to stay away from that, and I think my intuition is correct. There's a little bit of footprints down here. So you can see throughout our zone the corruption taking over with that noxious gas, just poison all over the place. Sladeborn just hanging out, trying to kill everyone. There's one behind us, actually. I think Crest pulled it. Let's see what's going on. So that's just, we really want every class to have utility in the game beyond combat. We want everyone to be able to do things outside of combat and everyone to have usefulness, right? Going through a dungeon, we want a rogue to find secret doors. We want a mage to find magical traps. We want tanks to send cleric to, rid of unholy auras at, unholy areas like demonic altars or statues, etc. Okay, so I'm going to need one of the mages, maybe both of you, to come up with me when we get up here, and to use your number 8 skill right about here, and we'll see what happens. Press is going to go right into it. Okay, we're going to see how that works. There we go. Awesome. Good job, both of you. Nice. And so the mage's utility is really being able to see what's happening beyond the world that we live in, right? Kind of behind the curtain type deal. She has more power magically than we will ever have as these other classes. So she's giving us a little insight into what she can see and that we can. Alright, up here I feel like we should use the cleric to not take some damage. We'll see. I'll walk in here and see how it feels. Looks like I'm taking a little damage, so I'm just going to cleanse this area real quick. Walk through. I think we're all good now. Maybe one more hit. Let's get through here. There you go, cleric. Good job. I still see some noxious gas. This doesn't really look like an area I'd imagine a bird people would live. But I guess, hey, corruption can almost do anything, right? So let's see. There's a pulsating heart down here. Does not look like a Sladeborn nest to me. Tank, I think I'm going to need you to come down here and use perception a little bit. See what we see. We'll see how perceptive you are. I think you've got a shot.
It's on cooldown.
It's on cooldown. That's all right. Don't worry about it. So it looks like the aggro's coming anyway. Perception would have been a skill for you to see. There you go. So you can see the spawn points of potential threats. You're more so you can see where the enemies are going to come from. Kind of give a heads up to the party. You are the tank. And say, remember that your number 7 skill is also just knock enemies down with an AoE. So that's a really powerful skill. That's true. Alright, looks like we're doing pretty good. We got some more monsters to go, so we're going to want to taunt them. Good job. We're going to want to try and AoE them down. But pop your number 6 skill. Still with the weapon. Alright, just pop over my deal. Do a little more damage. Remember that your ult can pop off after you do a few combos and increase your focus meter there. Alright, you're doing good, guys. Alright, good job everyone. We're really clearing this out. So you can see in this cave here, this isn't what the cave is always going to look like, right? This is going to change depending on how much corruption's on, what's going on in the environment in general. And it's really going to change depending on the environment. So we're seeing a cave that's not what we would have seen another time. Maybe this would have been a quest area, maybe it would have been a different set of monsters completely, maybe it would have been, different treasure at the end. So we're going to see maybe what's causing this. We're going to run forward. I think this other mage is already on it. I have a feeling they have some inside knowledge. We're going to go up here, let's check out what's going on. Alright, got some skills popping off. We're doing pretty good on health. Good DPS, good job guys. Alright, one last guy, and I think we can move on from this spot. Alright, yeah, that kick of the knockdown is pretty painful. Okay, I think we see now what's going on with our old caravan buddies. We see some face mask leather stuff stretched out, some bones. Doesn't bode well for the caravans of old. But that's a mystery solved, so let's keep going on. Alright, I'm gonna let the tank go first. I have a feeling that press mage might actually go first, but we'll see what happens. Alright, I have a feeling we just found out why the volcano has been erupting recently. And his name is Sorrow's Hunger. Okay, let's try and take him out. So monsters like this are really going to be not just, spawning in the dungeon and that's it, you kill them and spawn, and that's the thing. It's going to be affecting the environment. It's going to be a whole new thing, right? You're going to see him, and then that's going to be what's causing the volcano. You're going to see, frost dragons that are causing blizzards that slow your movement speed in the zone. You're going to be seeing things like, sorry, got to focus on healing for a second there. You're going to be seeing things like famines being caused across the land, causing farms for a time period, and we're trying to leave that up to you guys to solve that problem. We're doing pretty good DPS, by the way, we're down to 77%, 75%. And what we're really trying to get across here, as well as, the dynamic monsters that are going to spawn, the dynamic good ultimate by very nice. It's also that we want the servers, we can have multiple servers with multiple players on one. We really want the server to achieve. So someone can show Sorrow Hunger in a group, and they're going to be known to the server as the people that show Sorrow Hunger. Right? The server can have basically its own quest chapter to say, hey, we just showing Sorrow Hunger, the group goes, did this. You're going to be the hero that they see in town, and people go, oh wow, that's that person that did this amazing thing for all of us. Alright, let us down a little bit. We're going to talk less, focus more, and come back to you. Come back to you. There we go, got you a little bit. I think this is going to be a pretty good time. We'll decide information to go to the center. So Ranger, once you stay inside of that bubble that you create with your ability, you have to do more damage inside of it. Get in there, you'll be doing a bunch more damage than that. It's a very bad trap. Still, it does a lot of damage. The other cleric, maybe you can resurrect it. Maybe that can, if that just went off. No? Alright. Alright, I'll just back up. Do a little balance light. Up there. Good job. Alright. Oh, alright. Gotta focus more on keeping myself alive too a little bit. Maybe. Alright, nice job. Alright, so that's very painful. Down, alright. Alright, I got you. No problem, it was on cooldown for me too, so there we go. Okay, I'm going to try and kill them a little bit. Gotta do a little bit of damage. Alright, we're getting pretty close, guys. Do it. Another breath attack is coming. Don't get in front of him. Okay, it looks like he dodged it. Good job. What I was saying about this, we're gonna, it's almost like a personal journey for RPGs. You're gonna be able to see, oh, who did this? You know, like tank number 1, right? You'll come up with a much more creative name than I'm sure I can come up with. Tank number 1 is gonna be responsible for killing Sorrow's Hunger, you know, killing the Frost Dragon, and that's what you do in the server today, right? That's what did everyone a really good deed. And you're gonna be known to everybody. People are gonna see you in Marrow because I know we're gonna be successful with how good you're doing. And they're gonna assume dialogue, they know who you are. I think that's really something dynamic and cool for the players to have on the server. And congratulations everyone for successfully defending Marrow's Need. And thank you for playing Action of Creation's pre-alpha experience. Of course, in the actual later versions, it will not happen this quick, but we're just giving you an example of what nodes look like, because these are, of course, player-run towns that you guys are responsible for advancing and stopping, you know, their little de-evolution meter that they can actually decrease in size. Tank, we're actually going to go down here towards the caravan, since that's our mission. Alright, so we see our caravan here, and we're going to go in front of it. You guys ready? I think the ranger, everybody's next to me. Okay, let's get ahead of it so that we can run faster. It's hard to run faster than a horse, but then again, they are carrying a lot of weight. So while we're next to it, I'm going to explain some things. And the mage does it and just knocks over both of the caravans. That is the 4th group today that did that, and that's okay. This is a pre-alpha experience after all, and you are seeing all of the pre-alpha in its glory currently. So with that teleport, by the way, it's a movement, so you're moving pretty much at the speed of sound and crashing into something, so that's physics at work. You can see that our game has physics. There you go. You're welcome. Alright, so let's keep going forward. So you see in your MP meter right there, that below them is an orb, a little black orb. That's your focus meter. Once you use your number 1 combo right there, it's a staff combo for me and the cleric, since that's the weapon we're wielding. It'll be just like the harvesting skill meter. Once you complete it successfully, you'll get more and more focus. Once that turns yellow, you can use your ultimate ability, which is number 7, except for everyone but the tank. The tank's ultimate ability, sorry for stumbling there, is Righteous Fury, which is your number 6. I'm going to draw this shaman, the Slaveborn shaman, a little bit further down. We're probably going to want to keep this tight because there's going to be a few of his friends, I think, coming, so we can really use the power of our AoE. That's a good wall on the tank. That's really good skill, especially in AoE. All right, let's try and keep our heals all around. Keep the aggro together, make sure everyone lives, so we don't end up all messed up like the caravans. Will be great. And remember, those horses are incredibly strong because they're not even carrying the caravan with heals. So good ultimate by the ranger there. Very strong, especially in this situation when monsters are all next to each other. Alright, drop a little AoE heal there, got knocked down. Alright, I think we got one left. Good, alright. So we have 2 rangers in this group. Can one of you guys possibly use your track ability so we can know which way to go? That'll be number 8 on your bar. And one of you have done it, thank you. So in this game, we're giving everybody a utility skill, right? Multiple utility skills, where you get to do things and find things out contextually rather than us holding your hand for it. So in a dungeon, perhaps, that's maybe a labyrinth, you know, maybe the ranger can find footprints of enemies. Maybe a rogue can unlock doors. Maybe a mage can find secret doors. Who knows? It's really up to the events and the environment. But the point that we're trying to get across here is that everyone has a use even outside of combat, and that you need multiple characters to solve problems in the most optimum way, right? If you're a party full of tanks, you're probably gonna have a hard time unlocking doors, you know? So we're just trying to get that out there and let you guys know. Because it's more of an old school RPG approach. We really dislike the hand holding of games recently. So we're trying our best to really bring back that old school feel. Alright, I think that Sladerborn's down. That's Sladeborn, my mistake. So the Sladeborn were once this majestic bird race that have been corrupted. You can see this noxious gas, even more corruption. If one of the rangers want to use track again, I think that would be helpful for the party since there's a fork here. The Sladeborn have become corrupted and tainted, more evil as time has gone on. Thank you to one of the rangers. And we'll take this left. And a lot of creatures are going to follow that path. They're going to have NPCs that once you maybe talked to, once got a quest from, or maybe once helped you in a quest. And now they're, okay, there's an enemy behind us, I'll turn around. And now they're going to be this evil, feral, mindless thing, right? They're going to be this evil entity that we need to beat back. Good snare by one of the rangers. But essentially, we want to make sure that there's group chemistry, that people need to work together, because at each level, we're trying to keep our game scalable, and we're trying to keep everyone useful all the way up, right? We want everyone to have a use in whether it's a 4-man party, an 8-man party, or above. Our standard group party is 8-man, though. Uh-oh. Alright, Mage, how about you use your ability right there where the tank is? Alright, I'm gonna Alt F4 real quick because my keyboard locked up, so how about you just stay right there, I'll be back in a second. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but thank you for waiting. Alright, Cleric, I see some poisonous gas up here. Like the tank player, I'm also a very jumpy MMO player, but I need the Cleric to go beyond this waterfall, and how about you use your cleanse ability for me? And we'll see that gas just recede back. Take a little damage. Oh, I evaded it. That's cool. We're all good. So I'm seeing a lot of noxious gas. I'm seeing some, wow, it looks like a power crystal. I can't tell if that's a rib or a tusk, but it's very ominous either way. Not really sure that this looks like a bird's nest for some Sladeborn. I see a pulsating heart in the middle. Don't really know my anatomy, but I'm pretty sure it's not a bird heart. So let's check out what's going on in here. Tank, how about you use your perception skill down here? Maybe you can figure some stuff out. I see some Sladeborn already coming. Now you just see in the runes on the side there, that's their spawn points. Another good Kamehameha from the DBZ booth, very nice. Okay, let's get this going. Let's stay tight, use our AoE. Nice wall by the tank. Good job, guys, you're all pros. All right, man, you guys are just tearing through these guys, huh? So in an area like this, the corruption level really matters, right? It's what you see in this area. That wall is there. Yeah, that's really knocking down pretty easy. In an area like this, the corruption is affecting the whole dungeon. It's changing the monsters that are inside. It's changing the way it looks. It's changing whatever rewards you're going to find, whatever quest line you might find. That's how corruption in our game is going to work. That's how we're going to have things going in general. We really want the environment to change. We want to keep you guys on your toes. We want to make sure that, you know, nothing's the same twice, unless perhaps you're doing a really great job of keeping back all of the corruption, or you're doing a really poor job at doing it and keep the corruption around. But either way, we really want to give people a chance to solve the problems of the world. We want you guys in the server just to really feel like you are making the choices on a micro level and a macro level. And I think we're really getting that across with a few of our systems here. So let's go past this pulsating heart with some power crystals around it. I see the tank knows his way around as well, and we're going to go down here. I see some like stretched out leather faces and some bones. Doesn't bode well for the past caravans, but then again our caravans didn't do too good of a job either, so I sense they had the same fate. So we're gonna go down here and see how this looks. Alright, since I'm a healer and afraid, I'm gonna let the tank go first. I believe in you. We're gonna see maybe what's in here. Alright, looks like we might have found what's causing all of these crystals and what's causing the volcano to erupt. So monsters like this, like Sorrow's Hunger, which is right now directly affecting tomorrow's meat, could be for multiple reasons. It could be due to the eruption of the volcano, or he could have caused the eruption of the volcano. It could be because Marrow's meat recently upgraded to a camp and then a village. But what I'm trying to get across here is that there's multiple ways for these monsters, for monsters like Sorrow's Hunger here, to spawn and to be activated. Okay, we want things in the world to really change around us, and we want the server to react to it. So we want a guy like this, to really cause some havoc environmentally. We believe that the volcano having ash effect, maybe causing some blackout of the sun where crops don't grow, or you have lower accuracy, things like that, thanks to the protection tank. That's not good. Alright, you're doing okay, we dodged it. We want things like that where we can really see the change in the environment to really reflect the monster itself as well. So blizzards being caused by frost giants or ice dragons, right, which causes famines, If in a node you have a farm outside of it and you're saying, hey, well, my crops aren't doing too well, is somehow always a concern, right? Well, how about you go look for an ice giant maybe or an ice dragon and solve that issue yourself? Then you can solve that problem and you can really be proactive about it. And that's what we want to do. We want to create environments where players are proactive, they're solving problems, they're using the contextual clues that we give them to really better the whole life of the server. And we think that we're really achieving that through our system. Another system for, man, you guys are killing me so fast I can't even get through my normal spiel. Good for you guys. So there's another one where servers each have their own story. So when you kill monsters like this, world level bosses, the server will know who you are. The server will know who killed them. You'll forever be written in the history books of the server, right? Tank number 1 has killed Sorrow's Hunger, which looks like just happened. So congratulations on solving the mystery of Morrow's Meat. And thank you for playing the pre-alpha experience of Ashes of Creation. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but thank you. Alright guys, we could get our headsets on. You can hear me. All good. Okay, you guys can talk back to me with the left control button, by the way. So you should all be looking at your skills right now. If the skills aren't up, you should press K. I'll just make sure you guys are all in the right spot. You guys are all good. Alright, I think I am on the mage for the first time today, actually getting to do some deeps. Awesome. I think we have someone else on the cleric. Do we have one cleric or two cleric? Looks like we have two. Awesome. That's the way it should be. Alright guys, so welcome to the Ashes of Creation pre-alpha experience. We are about 2.5 months out of our Kickstarter, and we just made this little vertical slice for you guys at PAX, showcasing 4 of our archetypes. We also have 4 that we're not showing today, which are the Bard, the Summoner, the Rogue, and the Fighter. That makes for a total of 64 class combinations. And we're going to try to solve the problem of the camp we're in, which is Marrow's Mead. In our game, there are things called nodes, which are little zones that players can contribute to advance them in level. And they are player-run towns, essentially, that can grow in level. Right now, we are a camp. The next level would be a village, and then a town, and so on, up to something called a metropolis. Eventually, able to support hundreds of players. So how about we go over here, and we'll look up from him and see an erupting volcano. No good. So we're going to ask Sergeant Landry what he needs help with. Looks like he's having a caravan problem. You guys should right-click on him, get some quest information. So apparently he's sending his caravans out, and they're not coming back, which is never productive for any type of supply line. So we're going to go try and solve that for him. But in this world, there's kind of this permeating, encroaching evil called corruption, which will taint creatures, corrupt and kind of destroy the land around you. So we're going to figure out how to push that off a little bit. And we're going to do that by going in this cave and getting some mushrooms. So let's go down here. I think that there's a cleric up there still. You guys can go down. I'll wait for the party. A little slow, last cleric, but you're doing great. I believe in you too. So we're going to go up here. We're going to press 9 on these mushrooms over here. I know you guys really want to run away, but you can come back if you will. So we'll press 9 and see when it's green, you left click and you'll be getting some mushrooms. If you press 9 during that little window, the little pink-purple window, you'll actually collect more than one material or high-level material. So in our game, when you're getting stuff like iron or lumber, right, from trees, you'll be getting either high-grade iron or more iron, like 2 or 3 a time if you successfully complete the skill challenge there. And then, which is actually as very similar to your number 1 ability, which is your combo. Mine is a spellbook combo, just like the mage beside me. So once you hit that properly, it'll go through. Okay, let's walk through this. I think that the other cleric was getting a little impatient. So Morrow's Mead has grown into a village. Let's go through and see, look to the left, and we see that it's advanced to a village. Very impressive. Now, normally in our game, it will not be that easy, of course. You won't pick a few mushrooms and advance a node. But we're trying to show you in this experience that it is possible to advance, that it is up to you guys to contribute to the world, and of course it will contribute back. So let's get to our mission. Cleric number 2 is already on the way. Let's go. Let's try and get in front of it. I'm going to try and defend it. I know I'm not a tank, but you know, I'm feeling pretty confident. I think I've seen this a few times. Let's go forward a little bit. Now, if we go down here and we look to the right, we can actually see noxious gas forming. I see the Rangers going for a ride, you know, very lazy, but I like the effort there. So we're going to walk forward, go a little bit more. He's still on the caravan. All right. You've got confidence. I like it. So I'll tell you a little about your combo ability here. So when you use your combo, it's just like how you were harvesting mushrooms, right? If you successfully complete it, you're going to fill up that little orb below your mana pool. That's called your focus meter for now. Right, and what it'll do is it'll let you use your number 7 ability. For me and the mage, it is Quake. For everyone else, it is something different. Tank, your ultimate ability is on number 6, called Righteous Fury. Your number 7 is a very good ability, though. The Bulwark, the Wall, is very good. And it's able to knock down multiple opponents in a little line there, since it is a wall after all. I'm going to move past because I'm a very gutsy mage, even though I know I'm a DPS. I think I can handle this. I'm going to mirror image, and I'm going to pull him back so that we can use our AoEs to defeat these guys. So Tank, your taunt actually works like kind of like an AoE, but more so around the enemy in general, right? So you'll get multiple enemies in one taunt area. Look at that, the cleric bringing all the enemies into one. I like that. We're going to do some damage here. I hope. Boom. All right, good. Good job, guys. Man, usually I'm playing healer, so playing the DPS is a little tricky for me right now. But once you fill up your ultimate bar, you can use it, and then you can do something like this with the Quake. Knock these guys down right there and hopefully kill most of them. Man, DPS is fun. I was playing Cleric the whole time, which is also very fun. Let's go kill this guy in the back. He's assaulting my mage friend, which I do not appreciate, and we're going to get him down. Lightning bolt this guy. Okay, cool. See, the tank is having some health problems. Maybe he can get a heal from one of the 2 healers. All right, Ranger, I'm going to ask you to actually use your number 8 ability, which I believe is called Track. You're right here, aren't you? In our game, we're trying to give you utility skills so that we can solve problems, like the one right in front of us of which way to go, and we're going to go left. So everyone has one of those, and we think it's kind of a drawback to the, or rather a callback to the old school RPG, where you weren't given a handhold experience, but rather you were given an experience that's a little bit harder, you know? You were given problems to solve, tools to solve them, but it was really up to you ultimately on learning how to solve them. We really want our players to experience problem solving and to be able to use their own intuition and wits to get across. Also, I just want to let you guys know while we have just one monster in front of us that if your mouse sensitivity is low or high, you can press the button on your mouse to solve that issue. If you're having any issues at all, you can just tell me, of course, and I'll try and solve them for you. All right, let's go up here. All right, I see another Sladeborn. So the Sladeborn, before this corruption happened, oh, by the way, Ranger, your ability that you just dropped down back there, it's kind of like a snipe move, where if you stay within it, you'll be doing more damage. It has 4 total instances of that attack being worthwhile. You can see that your character throws 4 arrows into the ground trying to signify that, hey, if you do 4 hits, you know, you'll do 4 hits at extra damage. I believe it's set to 50% right now, but I'm not entirely sure. I think maybe one more track to see if we're going left or right, and we can solve this mystery a little bit more. Noxious gas is usually not your friend, so I'm going to go left anyway, and lo and behold, I was correct. So we're going to go down here. All right, I think I'm missing one person. I think their name is Press. So let's see where they are. There they are. They went the long way. That's okay. All right. So the Slaveborn have been corrupted by all of this just permeating evil around here, and they've turned into this feral, just mindless creature. They used to be this majestic bird race, but now you can't even talk to them, right? They just want to punch you in the face. Or I guess claw you in the face is more apt. Other mage. Or I guess only one named mage. You want to come with me? You and me are going to do this thing. We're going to use our mage's detection here. So let's synchronize this. How are we going to do it? All right, I was a little early. That's okay. I'll wait for you. And boom, we're going to go forward a little bit, and there we are. All right, so mages really are able to peel back the curtain and look behind this world and into the next and see what's going on. So that's really cool. I'm going to jump and blink. Okay, it worked. Awesome. My first time playing the mage on PAX, so that's pretty fun. A little after image from the other mage. One of the clerics, I'm going to need you guys to go past that waterfall. I think you'll be able to get rid of that little gas problem, that little poison problem with your cleanse ability. There you go, I like it. The other cleric taking charge. Good job. Let's go in here. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think many birds can live in a noxious gas area, so I'm going to assume something wrong is going on here. Oh, I see some little artwork from the side of the Slaveborn up there, but I do see a weird pulsating heart. Doesn't look like a bird to me. Tank, once you get down to the bottom of that hill right there, maybe you're going to want to use your perception skills so we could see some life. Alright, I see some coming out already. And I also see now where they're completely spawning from. I'm going to use my after image. I think we should stay near the tank, for better or for worse, so that we can get some taunts going and some AoEs going. I'm going to use my fireball here. Good. Ranger, if you would, bring those two back to the tank so he can help out with the aggro. Try and arc lightning. There we go. All right, we're really doing good against these guys. Good job, everyone. So this whole area changes depending on the corruption level, right? Well, not just corruption, I should say, but I should say depending on environmental conditions. So whenever something happens in the world, for better or for worse, things are going to change, right? Now, in this case, the corruption level was so high that the Slaveborn were changed into these feral animals that we see right now. And that's definitely not for the better in this instance. And in some cases, it'll be for other reasons. We can see that this changed, and this dungeon might be completely different. Uh-oh, the other mage is going down. You might want to blink away. I think they're at 0% right now, so they need a res. Alright, gonna try and lay some DPS out here against these other birds. Alright, got my ultimate. I'm gonna pop it anyway against one guy. Who cares? We're gonna do it. And there he goes, right to the ground. The Quake ability is really strong in a line. The Ranger's ultimate is also very strong. It's like a template on the ground. It's really good in combination with the the tank's wall, because he'll knock down a whole group, and then you can just lay down your template, and it'll be, you know, it's really a good combo. Really nice cohesion between you two guys. All right, so we have 2 clerics. We need someone to actually res this mage back here. It'll be nice for the whole group. That's your number 4, Endowed Life skill. And there we go. Good job, cleric. We're gonna walk around here. All right, a lot of poisonous gas. Not sure how the Sladeborn are living down here, but I do see some what appears to be human faces stretched out in a circle. Looks very gross. So rest in peace, caravan drivers, I suppose. We're gonna go through and see what's happening to everyone else. Caravans, by the way, are very important for nodes to interact economically. It's the way to move goods between two player-owned towns. You can set up trade routes if you need a good. Let's say that iron is plentiful in your area and that they have a plentiful place of, well, we were just getting mushrooms. So let's say they have a plentiful amount of mushrooms and you want to make a mushroom for iron swap. Tank, I believe in you. I'm going to have you go first. The other mage went first. That's okay. We're going to do good anyway. So I think this is what's causing our volcanic eruption. We're going to try and handle this. I'm going to do a little after image because I'm pretty scared. We're going to try and lay out as much DPS as we can, all right? Now, in this encounter, looks like this guy is probably what caused the problems in Marrow's Meat, even though Sergeant Landry probably didn't know, or he just didn't tell us. I'm not sure. Don't really know his character that well. But I think creatures like this are going to spawn in the world due to environmental events, or these creatures are going to actually spawn the environmental events, right? We're going to have things that are going on, like blizzards, like famine, like ash clouds from volcanoes, and they're all going to be different. Some will be positive, some will be negative, but the point is that we want the players to feel that the server is talking to them and you can actually talk back, right? That you can do something with the server and the server can do something against or for you. That breath attack is really deadly. Glad everyone dodged it. As well as killing someone like Sorrow's Hunger, you know, you'll be recorded in the server's history. When someone like a mage or a tank or a cleric or a ranger, of course, kills someone like Sorrow's Hunger, they'll be written in the server's history forever. You'll be known to the server that you've done this. Marrow's Meat is probably going to treat you differently. People in the world are going to see you and say, oh wow, that's the guy, that's the person that really destroyed that quest line. They're the ones who dominated that raid boss that was really unkillable for a while. And you guys are the ones that completed them. We think that's like a cool thing for people just to see that, hey, you know, the server really respects when you are participating and when you're active. And, uh-oh, this actually looks pretty dangerous. We did a lot of DPS while I was talking. Probably talking too much, but that's okay. He's at 14%. Thanks for the protection, Tank. Gonna try and DPS him down a little bit. And that's a deadly breath attack. Gonna get away from there. We're down to 5%, guys. We're doing really good here. Making great time. You guys are absolute pros. You must have run through this once before. All right, he's at 1%, and he's getting hit. I see the taunt go off. He's taking a lot of damage. He wants to get one more gas out, one more fog, and he can't do it. And that's it, guys. Thank you for saving Marrow's Meat. Thank you for playing the pre-alpha experience of Ashes of Creation. And let me know what you think. I'm here to answer questions.
All right, guys, welcome to Ashes of Creation. Where we're at right now is a little camp called Marrow's Meat. This camp wants to become bigger than a camp, better than a camp, but it's having a hard time doing that because all of its caravans disappear in transit. We got to figure out why they're disappearing. Sergeant Landry has a good idea in how we can prevent that or how we can make that possible. So he set up a decoy caravan that we're going to escort through the canyon to discover what's happening to these caravans. We can talk to Sergeant Landry by right-clicking on him. He'll give us a little bit of background on what's going on there. You notice he talks a little bit about mushrooms. The mushrooms that are native to this area kind of keep at bay some of the more awful, corruptive kind of things in this area. Because they're native, they have immunity, and they'll help us stay immune too. So after you're done talking with him, come and follow me, and we'll go and pick up some of those mushrooms. So down in this little cavern, we'll find the mushrooms. On the 9 key, you'll see the harvest skill. If you hit 9, you'll get a little reticle, and it'll be green when you hover over the mushrooms and red when you have no mushrooms available. If you click down and then hit the 9 key while it's in that little red area, you can actually crit your harvest. And what that means is that you'll get more mushrooms, or you'll get better mushrooms, or other better, cooler, secret things will happen. Okay, cool. Looks like all of that experience that you've gained from harvesting those mushrooms has helped the node level up to level 3. That means it becomes a village, so it's no longer a small little camp. It's an awesome big village bustling with people. That means there are more quests available, more resources available, more amenities available. The nodes are always listening to what the players are doing, and they grow and shrink with player activity. This is how we keep the game kind of dynamic and always new. Every time you log in, something's going to be different, something's going to change, and it's going to keep things fresh every day, day in, day out. The caravans that we are escorting right now are empty, but normally they're going to have a lot of resources on them. Caravans are the main way that we transport goods from one place to another. They can represent trade routes. They can represent you just moving a whole bunch of resources from one place to another. Our economy is a local economy. This means that we don't have things like a global auction house or a global banking system. If you want to move goods from one place to another, you need to do it with a caravan. Caravans are mobile PvP hotspots. That means that if someone wants to take your caravan, wants to take your goods, they can do that here by attacking you. It's your prerogative to kind of bring a good running crew with you, or take hidden circuitous routes to try and avoid those confrontations. We'll see here, our first encounter is with a Sladeboard Shaman. This is where we'll get used to our combat abilities. Your number 1 key is your combo ability. It functions really similarly to how the harvesting system works. Hang on, I'm gonna have to help heal here. This encounter gets pretty tough. If we can make it through without any death, we've done really well. Now, as you use your combo abilities, you'll be building a resource called Focus. In the lower left-hand corner of your screen, you'll see a little kind of black button. It might be green. That represents how much focus you have. If it's green, that means you can spend that focus on your ultimate ability. Your ultimate ability is kind of this super powered, super effective kind of ability that will change the dynamics of an encounter. Uh-oh, we've lost our press fellow. We're going to go ahead and raise him up. We've lost both of our tanks. I'm trying to bring them back as soon as possible. There we go. And it looks like everybody's cleaned up things nicely. So here we have two options. We can go forward or we can go left. Ranger, if you take a look at your number 8 key, you'll see that it's labeled track. This ability will reveal tracks that are around here. We might be able to follow the Sladeborn wherever they are if you use that ability. We're looking around. I see some tracks over here to our left. So it looks like the Sladeborn footprints lead into the canyon. This is kind of an example of how we want to use the environment as a character. We want to use the environment to help tell stories. We don't want it to be just kind of background noise. We want it to be something that is meaningful and that has secrets to reveal. Every class has these utility abilities, and every class uses their utility abilities in different ways. The Ranger is focused on being outdoors. They are good survivors, and so they track. Our other classes will have examples of their abilities further on down the road. And because they're different abilities, it's going to kind of change the way that you want to build your parties. Different encounters are going to rely on different utilities. Mage might help you get through one part of the environment in a way that you wouldn't be able to without a mage in your party. Well done, we're cleaning up these guys well. We've got another fork in the road, so if the Ranger wants to use his track ability again, we might get some indication on where we need to go. And it looks like down the hill. The Ranger is on top of things today. Now these Sladeborn, you can see that they're kind of bird-like. At one point, a long time ago, these used to be beautiful peacock-like creatures with multicolored plumage, wings that actually work, and civilized, well-built, advanced society. Something happened to them to cause this weird, twisted corruption of their initial beauty, and maybe we'll be able to figure out what that is. So we can see there's a lot of Sladeborne activity down here at the bottom of this hill. Let's hold up for a second. Across this river, they must have gone, but down there is a bunch of poison water. It's probably a good idea that we avoid that, and we need to figure out how these guys got across it. So if the mage wouldn't mind using their utility ability, also assigned to number 8, Reveal Magic. There we go. And maybe we can see something that might have otherwise been hidden, and there we go. So we can see that the Sladeborne had an illusion spell on this, and the mage was able to reveal that to the party. If we didn't have a mage in our party, we would have had to figure out a different way across. Uh-oh, our cleric has fallen in the water. She'll find out that the water isn't actually that dangerous right now. We didn't want to kill people unnecessarily. Come on, cleric, over here. Awesome work. So part of this is just trying to figure out like interesting ways that people can traverse this terrain. Different parties will do things in different ways. Uh-oh, it looks like we have encountered our first bug. There we go. Cleric, this is your turn to shine. Let's go ahead and use your cleanse ability. Now, without that, we'd have to figure out some other way of surviving that toxic cloud, but thankfully we had a cleric in the party, and they could cleanse it. The cleric's really good at taking care of poisons and curses. And if we continue on and hold up right here, the tank has an ability called Perception on their number 8 key. If they want to use that right now, we'll see that at the bottom of these waterfalls over here, there's kind of like a bright shining circle. That's going to tell us where our next encounter is going to come from. And that allows the tank to kind of figure out the best positioning for their party and help to protect and anticipate where they're going to come from. So if we come down here, we can be pretty sure that we're going to get ambushed from those things, but it's no longer an ambush because we are ready for it. That's a good idea to stick together on this encounter. It's a pretty tough one. The mage is going to want to take out all their AoE abilities for as long as they'll support us. And the cleric's going to be on their game. Here comes even more of them. Doing much better on this fight, even though it's a much harder fight. Everybody seems to have gotten their footing. Awesome work, everybody. That encounter kills more people than I can count, and we did it without a scratch, so well done. Let's finish healing up here. All right, I think we're ready to go. Now, don't forget about your ultimates here. I am on the case. I've got Michael Bacon with me. He is filming our We are continuing deeper and deeper into this volcano. Although to me it looks less and less like a volcano and more like something entirely else. And that looks ominous to me. The Unreal Engine is an amazing thing. We're able to kind of leverage it to do a lot of really cool stuff and maintain a 60 FPS frame rate. And oh, here we see something new. This guy looks mean. And you know what? I'll bet you he's the cause of all this. Sorrow's Hunger. Sorrow's Hunger has come to meet the party. Now this guy's a boss, so he's going to be a lot tougher than a lot of those Sladeborn that we found before. The tank's going to want to use their taunt ability to kind of grab and hold aggro. And this is a great place to generate lots of focus and to use your ultimates. This guy has a really nasty breath attack. Something to watch out for to make sure you move out of the way of. Awesome hail of arrows there. That's an ultimate that does a lot of damage and has a little bit of control associated with it. Doing well, guys. We're down about 40%. Oh, and there's that breath attack. Watch out, mage. That's gonna hurt. Tank is back in the fight. Where is this guy going? Now he's going to use his ultimate. I mean, things are going to get pretty mean real quick. One of the tanks are going to want to pull this guy out of this smoke because he has increased evasion while he's in it. And we'll all be taking damage. Awesome work getting out of that breath press. Getting there, he's down to 30%. And he's going to use his ultimate again. Let's get him out of that cloud real quick. Awesome work, Press. We're getting real close to putting him down. Let's put the pressure on him. 8% left. Oh, and yet another ultimate. Thankfully, our press tank is on the job. Just a little bit more. There he goes. Woo, fantastic work, guys. We have saved Morrow's Mead for another day. And that is the end of our demo. Thanks for playing, everybody. We really appreciate you coming out.
To see my most recent video, click there on the left. Another one you might like is there on the right. Don't forget to like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more content. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.